you do to you?
I'm doing a fine. How do you do?
I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I start my mornings with some
nasty coffee.
I will have you know. I will have you know I did not have my bulletproof coffee today.
You didn't?
I didn't.
That coffee mixed with butter.
With butter and coconut oil. I did not have it today. I didn't.
I'm sorry, I interrupted.
You did. But I will tell people I tried the bulletproof coffee thing. It was recommended to me by my chiropractor. He wrote the Nonstop Paleo Lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And I've had really good luck with him as a doctor, as a physician.
He's a great guide.
Right. And so he wrote the book and he talked about bulletproof coffee. He didn't go into a lot of detail in the book about the bulletproof coffee.
That's because it's nasty. You can't go into much detail.
So I looked it up and I did some texting with him and, he texts me back, which how cool is that?
Right.
And so he's like, Angel, you're going to love it. It's just like a latte. When somebody is used to drinking a white chocolate mocha latte, which is pretty much a sugar storm in a cup.
Yeah.
And you tell them that by replacing that with butter and coconut oil, that it's going to just the same.
No.
Beware. Yeah. Anyways, it took me a couple weeks before I jumped into it. It wasn't as bad as I thought. And I did it for a week. I did, I noticed some changes in my physique but then I was going on vacation and thought, you know what? I'm dropping the whole clean eating thing because I'm going to be on vacation and you can do clean eating or you can do vacations one of two ways.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy to do clean eating when you're on vacation because you just order the fish and the steamed vegetables and the grilled chicken and you don't
swing too far.
You don't have to worry about the prep, right? In the morning, they have all the fresh fruit all cut up, all the veggies, all of it. And so I think on one hand, clean eating while you're traveling and while you're on vacation is super easy.
Okay.
On the other hand, all the junk food and all the crud and all the never foods that you never have in your house and you never allow yourself to eat.
Sounds very judgmental.
Are also there. And right in front of you.
All right.
And just as easy to consume. And so you can go either way. I went proactive and knew I was going to eat junk food on my vacation. Bad, Angel, bad. I know, but
no judgment here. No.
I beat myself up over these things.
Oh,
though.
You should stop that.
And I really should. And I know. Just let it be. Enjoy your life. Live your life to the fullest and just enjoy and stop worrying about it.
Yeah.
Which is fine unless you've had a medical issue that has been traced back to your poor diet
that you consume. Yeah.
And so I know better, and I know that. And so,
now if you're going to go getting all medical and healthy on us, there's nothing I can do.
But that wasn't how
that
actually wasn't what I was going to talk about starting my morning.
Please do.
I was going to talk about a podcast. I get the Darren Daily podcast from Darren Hardy.
Yes.
And today he talked about bouncing back from setbacks. When something's got you down, how do you bounce back? And I will tell you that for all the pros and cons of having a business partner, and there are pros and cons. You're
the pro, I'm the con.
The experience pros and cons.
All right.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, don't stay there.
So one of the pros is Eric and I have a kind of a policy, and that is that when we're down and you get so low and you think, okay, I want to just throw it all away and give up and quit, that we're not both allowed to quit on the same day.
That's right.
And so we've been there for each other. When one of us is having that low day, the other one can be the strength and the encouragement and the support, and recognize that it's just a day, right? It's just a moment. It's a challenge. It doesn't define everything. And so in our support with each other, like one of us having a bad day, we're not both, going to be there at the same time. I think if you don't have that, this is where Darren's little chit chat this morning about the bouncing back. And I think you need to have you need to have a resource. You need to have
Sure.
somebody that you can go to as an entrepreneur and as a business owner that will allow you to have your bad day, right? Those feelings are real. Those emotions are real, and not dismiss them as all in your head or not a
Right.
big deal or not, right? They're very real for you. And so allowing you to have those, but then also to encourage you to not stay there, allow you to have your moment, but then let's figure this out and let's move on, and not let you stay there for too long. And so, if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure you can Google Darren Daily and,
Yep.
and his little thing will show up somewhere on the web sphere. Right. But if you don't, this is where you can just get so much in your head.
That's right.
And think that what is happening to you at the moment defines everything. And you might even have some people that go, "Oh, I knew you shouldn't start that business thing. I knew it wasn't going to work. Why don't you just go and get a job?"
Mother-in-law, get behind me.
Right? Moms and mothers-in-laws are the worst. Just go get a job, sweetie.
A
right?
real job.
Just go get a real job. Yeah. And so, if you just need a little perk me up, a little pick me up, a little mojo today or something. But here's the thing about the Darren Dailies. This is one of those I would have liked to have saved, and just kind of put in the archives and pull out for. In fact, I sent it to somebody I know who yesterday just made a big life change in their career, and like you're going to get there, right? It's an opportunity waiting to happen. But they don't stick around. They stick around for 3 days.
Okay.
And then they're gone. They kind of like our mastermind.
Sure. Well, let me tell you something. I think that this blends perfectly into our hashtag kindness act of the day. And that is, why not step up and be some kind of a motivation for somebody today? Find somebody, you probably know somebody that's going through a struggle. So you find that person and you say, "You know something? I'm here to listen. I'm here to support. I'm here to cheerlead. I'm here to be quiet," whatever it is. And be that partner for somebody today, because as you described it, partnership is not easy. Right. Partnership in business is not easy. Partnership in life is not easy. Requires work, requires commitment, and requires that unwritten rule that, even on a bad day, this too shall pass, and I'll be here on the other side. So that's your hashtag kindness act of the day. Say something uplifting, supporting, or just be there. There's something called the ministry of presence, where you just you're there. And you say, "I'm not going anywhere.
I'm not," right? I think that so often we kind of get into a trap of just being fair weather friends.
Oh, sure.
There for the good, there when it's all, and but when there's challenges, all of a sudden we're really busy.
Yeah.
Or, and I've even done this. Somebody does a post on Facebook. Now, I don't like the fishy posts. I'm having just this really bad day. Like, they just kind of,
and they're obscure,
right? And you're supposed to ask about it.
Right.
I keep scrolling.
Yeah. Sometimes
I'll look at the comments to see, do they answer? Do they give the explanation? And if not, I keep scrolling. But I think that there are times where we are as connected as we are, we often still feel really alone and isolated.
No doubt.
And it's really, that's heartbreaking right there, because look at your phone, all the contacts,
right?
All the people that you have interacted with, that have somehow had some enough value at some moment to be added as a contact.
Right.
And yet we feel so alone and isolated, because when we reach out, but we reach out in general terms to the population, instead of just calling your one BFF, right? Call your girlfriend, call a buddy, call somebody out for let's go to lunch, let's go for a walk, let's just hang out, let's just have a chat right now. I need to hear your voice. I just need to hear the voice of somebody that cares about me. And too often we just post it out and go out to the universe and hope that somebody else will do what we're too afraid to initiate.
Yeah.
Right?
Let me know how that's working for you. Special shout out to our friends, dear friends, Jerry and Gary, both watching by way of Facebook Live. We love you. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got a fantastic show lined up for you, so don't go anywhere. This is home of Positive Business Talk.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Victor Mitchell, our kind of guy for governor.
On day one, I plan to effectively deal with the more than 2,500 regulated businesses in Colorado. I've been a career problem solver and entrepreneur, and I think the challenges that are facing our state require a different type of leadership, a bigger, bolder type of leadership, an innovator, a problem solver.
Vic wants to sharpen the focus on science, technology, engineering, and math studies to prepare students for today's modern economy.
I believe we need an entire overhaul of our regulatory system in Colorado so more people can earn more money for their families and enter into new professions. We only graduate about 1 in every 4 students here in Colorado from a state university with a degree in STEM. Electrical and mechanical engineering are some of the highest cost degrees to obtain. We need to make those degrees the least expensive. These are jobs that start at $80,000 up to $130,000 on day one.
Forward-thinking, bold leadership, less regulation. That's Vic. Paid for by Coloradans for Victor Mitchell.
Dad, name some good reasons for our listeners to select Gravina's windows.
I'll tell you why. We make it so simple for our customers to shop. We have everything. Vinyl windows, wood windows, fiberglass windows, double pane, triple pane, heat mirror, argon gas, krypton gas, bays, bows, garden windows, patio doors, everything.
How about colors?
Pick what you want. Brown, green, blue, red, whatever. It's never been so easy, and nobody beats us. Nobody.
Stop by our beautiful showroom, bring in your measurements, and we'll give you 10% off.
Only at Gravina's, 950 West Evans in Denver. Call us at 303-GRAVINA. Northern Colorado, call 970-GRAVINA.
Best deal in town.
Call Gravina's at...
No, it's Gravina's.
Call 303-GRAVINA. Or in Northern Colorado, 970-GRAVINA. Or visit their beautiful showroom at 950 West Evans. And remember,
Gravina's have the greatest windows. Nobody beats us. Nobody.
When you want authentic Mexican food, think Las Hermanas Mexican Cafe. At Las Hermanas, each Mexican dish is made with love. With over 30 years in the restaurant business, they bring a passion and flavor you will surely savor. Fresh-made chips and salsa, authentic Mexican cuisine, and delicious desserts will keep you coming back again and again. Las Hermanas is a family-owned restaurant conveniently located in Aurora near Parker and I-225. The only thing better than their mouth-watering dishes is getting it for half price. That's right. Enjoy 2 Hermanas specialties, normally $20, for only $10. Now that's tasty. And you can only get this deal at DenverHalfPrice.com. Which delicious dish will you choose? The fried tacos, steak a la Mexicano, stuffed sopapilla, or one of over a dozen choices. Visit DenverHalfPrice.com to get an authentic Mexican dinner for 2 for only $10. And head to Las Hermanas Mexican Cafe today.
This is Dan Kaplis. A wise person once told me, if you don't have a seat at the table, you are going to end up on the menu. I think that applies directly to personal injury and wrongful death cases. If you're not represented by a highly accomplished law firm, the insurance company is probably going to eat you for lunch, and you'll never even know it. So if you want to make sure that you and your claim are treated with the respect you deserve, give me a call. We are a serious firm for serious cases. And for 30 years, we have proven our ability to go up against the best the other side has to offer and to win. Our personal injury clients include everyone from the poorest of the poor to CEOs, teachers, farmers, police officers, doctors, lawyers, and professional athletes. We are able to make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. You can reach me at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551, or dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for tuning in. This is home of Positive Business Talk, and I am positive you're going to love our next guest.
Absolutely. We brought in Erin Lowry. She's the author of the book, Broke Millennials. Stop scraping by and get your financial life together.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's inspired by her popular blog of the same name. She helps readers to go from in debt and overwhelmed to informed and financially empowered with sound advice and creative tips to address the millennials' unique concerns. Erin Lowry, welcome to Experience Pros.
Thank you so much for having me.
Erin, it's fantastic having you. As I was going through the hallway to go get some more coffee, I was surrounded by millennials, to be honest with you, and every one of them, they don't look broke, but dimes to dollars, they probably have something to learn about this. One of the things that you talk about is, and it is probably right there in the middle of the wheelhouse for millennials, is something you call Wedding-geddon.
Yes.
What is Wedding-geddon?
I actually have one this weekend.
Right.
So I joke, I call it Wedding-geddon. It's in a portion of the book that talks about how to financially navigate relationships. And I said in this section that I can predict with scary accuracy certain events that you're going to go through in your life. And one of them is Wedding-geddon. And it's when you get to, depends on the area of the country that you live in, but let's say probably your mid to late 20s, sometimes early 30s, that all of a sudden all of your friends, all of your cousins, everybody you ever seem to ever know starts getting married and you start getting invited to all these weddings.
Right.
And it just seems like none of them are ever near where you live. So it always involves getting on a plane, having to rent a hotel room, buying a present, possibly getting a new outfit, maybe even being in it. So it's a very big expense. But it's also one of those things that you can start preparing for. I have a other people's weddings savings account so that when these variable expenses pop up, I'm ready to go.
That's brilliant.
You should have seen the look on Angel's face. Her jaw bounced off the ground.
I like that idea. I have an account for all sorts of things. I should have had one for graduation this year because it seemed like everybody I knew, their child was either graduating from high school or college. And, it was just one day of writing checks out over and over again.
Angel, we're closer to funeral-geddon than
I am closer. I am getting closer to funeral-geddon, but actually baby shower-geddon, I think is going to be next, or even wedding-geddon. But having a fund, having just, it's coming. And so often we're not prepared for it. We haven't saved for it. And so then we can't participate in it.
Right.
But Erin, right now, probably millennials aren't saving anything at all, let alone for Wedding-geddon or a rainy day. And I like some of the different things you recommend. You actually recommend that we go on a money diet. Now, we've been dieting all of our lives. What's a money diet?
So I love the idea of people doing the cash diet, which is where you only get to use cash. I challenge people to try to do it for at least a month, but maybe if you can do 2 weeks, that's also admirable. And what that is, totally understand that we pay our bills online. So I'm not advocating that all of a sudden you take out a ton of money and go into your bank to pay your mortgage or hand it over to your landlord.
Sure.
But that once you have run your cash flow, so how much is coming in, how much is going out, you've paid all your bills, and importantly, put some money in savings, you see how much you have left over for the month. And that's stuff that you're spending probably on transportation, food, and then, those non-discretionary items like going out to eat or going to the movies, going to happy hour. All of those things, I want you to just spend cash. And what's really easy is, let's say that you have $800 left over for the month. Let's divide that by 4. Let's say you have $200 a week. So every week you go and take $200 out, put that in your wallet. And when it's gone, it's gone. You're done. You're tapped out until the next week starts. And it's one of those practices where it really illuminates for people how quickly they're spending money. And more importantly, they can start to see what they're spending it on. And I always get, especially millennials, that will say, well, I just spend way more when I have cash than when I'm using my card. No, you're seeing that you're spending more.
Right.
Or not that you're spending more, but you're seeing how much you're spending because it's starting to dwindle out of your wallet as opposed to just swipe, swipe, swipe. I see the bill at the end of the month.
Well, you have wisdom beyond your years in that for sure, Erin. And it's one of those things. Our guest is, by the way, Erin Lowry. She's the author of Broke Millennial, Stop Scraping By and Get Your Financial Life Together. And, let's start the conversation or restart the conversation with this. Sometimes millennials come out of college believing that they should be entitled to a six-figure or more salary. You have some words of wisdom for them, and in particular, why and how they should negotiate that. Can you cover a little bit of that in a minute or two?
Well, you certainly should never expect to be handed any sort of a salary. I graduated college also thinking that I was going to get great jobs, and I ended up landing some great opportunities, but not high-paying ones. I ended up being a barista for a period of time and babysitting on top of the job that I landed. So first of all, nothing is beneath you. I hate that mentality that people sometimes have. But when you go into your first job, regardless of your area of expertise, I would love for people to try to negotiate. And one is, even if you can get an extra $1,000, getting that at the beginning of your career is going to compound over the course of your career and your lifetime. But it's also a really good practice for the future. And a lot of people are too scared to negotiate on their first job. And you don't even have to just negotiate salary. Maybe it's benefits. Maybe it's an extra vacation day. Maybe it's working remotely 2 days a month. Whatever it is, just getting that experience of negotiating is incredibly important.
This is good.
Really
this is good stuff. And I know you've got a blog and you cover all sorts of great articles, and you say oversharing on your site, but you're also a regular contributor to Forbes, U.S. News, World Report, and Society of Grownups. Where is your blog? How do we find that?
So you just go to brokemillennial.com and it'll pop right up. And sometimes people misspell millennial. So if you just Google broke millennial, it'll still direct you there.
She's covered it all. She's covered it all. So everything from being in debt and overwhelmed to being informed and financially empowered, especially this generation. We know that they're not saving money. They're not planning ahead. And so getting great advice from somebody who's been there, who's doing it, is actually pretty darn excellent. She says she was raised by tough love, no nonsense, money savvy parents, and brings a sharp focus to what's going on with young adults starting out in the world when everything seems stacked against them. All right. So Erin, one final word of wisdom to our millennial listeners today.
My big thing is know your cash flow, which is honestly just the sexy way of saying budget. But it sounds better. I've rebranded it for the millennial generation. So know how much money you have coming in, know how much money you have going out, and that's what you have to work with every month.
Hashtag GYFLT. Get your financial life together. Erin, you have been a fantastic guest. We hope to have you back.
Yes, I'd love to. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. All right, that's Erin Lowry, brokemillennial.com. If you don't know how to spell it, look up young and see for synonyms. All right, we'll be back right after these messages with more positive business talk. It's how we roll. Bottom of the hour news is next. If you'd like to know more about Experience Pros and how we can help you grow your business, do something with the money that you've got coming in, well, check out experiencepros.com. Back after this.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Business never takes a break. Neither do we. So take Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM with you with our brand new mobile app. Stay up to the minute with breaking news, market strategies, current trends, and more wherever you are. With live streaming, listen to your favorite Money Talk shows whenever you want, on demand. It's like a personal advisor in your pocket. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Download the brand new Money Talk app on iTunes or the Google Play Store, or at moneytalk1690.com.
So what would you do with an extra $500 a month in your budget? $500. This isn't hypothetical, by the way. This is something you may need to think about very soon if you decide to become a member of Medi-Share. Medi-Share is a way to pay for your health care, and typically it costs $500 less per month for a family versus other healthcare plans. So seriously, think about this. You could pay off loans, pay down a mortgage, save the money for retirement, donate to charity. That would be a big deal. But you know what? Here's the best thing. Medi-Share works. It has 250,000 members, and it's growing fast. With Medi-Share, not only do you save, you don't have to pay for things you don't believe in either, and that is a beautiful thing too. So here's how you can find out more, and you might actually wind up saving even more than $500 a month. So check into it. Here's the number. Call 844-41-BIBLE. That's 844-41-BIBLE. Now available in Montana. Call 844-41-BIBLE.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
Do you have kiddos? Eric Raymer here, inviting you to the grand opening of Kid to Kid in North Glen, Thursday, July 27th. They'll have huge prizes, balloon art, and a shopping spree giveaway. Kid to Kid is a family-friendly resale shop selling new and gently used clothes and toys. Doors open at 4 p.m. with items up to 80% off during the grand opening. Kid to Kid is located in North Glen off I-25 and 104th next to Dollar Tree on Melody Drive.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
If you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance, right? Yeah, that's what I used to think too, until my brother died at 38. Joe left his wife with 2 kids, a mortgage, and a stack of bills she couldn't pay. Mary had to sell the house and move everybody into this tiny 2-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. I never want to do that to my wife, so I got life insurance. I called AIG Direct and was really surprised how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. Listen, if you have a family, you should seriously think about getting life insurance. You'll feel a lot better having it. Trust me.
Call AIG Direct for a free, no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. Call now. 1-800-400-1942. That's 1-800-400-1942. 1-800-400-1942.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
The Experienced Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG. FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experienced Pros.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer helping you get your business right. We thank you for tuning in. You really do have an opportunity to get a PhD in small business development 10 minutes at a time right here on this broadcast.
Right. So it fits right into your schedule, a little boost, take a break from the negativity that is going on and hang out with us every afternoon or every day for a little while. You can actually catch us 24/7 if you follow us on Facebook or the apps anytime you need a little boost, a little pick-me-up. We are here for you. your small business every single day. Yesterday, Eric, we talked a little bit about that you might be smart, signs that you might be smarter than you appear to be or how you behave.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
I actually have gotten a lot of feedback from that yesterday. Apparently, it was very funny.
Sure that you did.
It was very funny. People said they were laughing out loud, coffee stuff coming out of their nose.
Well, if somebody likes it, we should probably do more of it.
It was excellent. Well, we're going to talk a little bit today about the surprising traits of being a genius.
Do we have to?
Well, do you think you're a genius?
Well,
I don't think any of us really thinks of ourselves as probably really. Oh, well, Eric does.
I happen to know my score.
Oh, Eric is a genius. Really?
Let's just say I could maybe knock on the door of Mensa.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that. Right?
Thank you.
Right? No, you seem just like a normal Joe, right? Like for everybody else, right? Okay. But here's the thing. I mean, if people know that you're a genius and have this great IQ,
right?
They expect you to be brilliant all the time. That's exactly what we get from Eric. All right.
That's an inappropriate time to laugh.
Let's find out. So apparently geniuses are pretty normal Joes. Let's find out.
That's right.
Here's some traits of surprising traits of a genius. Number one, they are real people.
Well, duh. What's the option? They're golden labs.
Well, I don't know. You just kind of think of them as
golden lab
just it's like a step above and like not really in the same plane as, I don't know.
No, a genius should not be viewed nor should feel about themselves as a step above.
But they think differently, don't they? Don't you? Wouldn't you know? Do you?
You know what?
Maybe not.
In a little while, I'm going to ask you, are you ready?
All right, how about this one? Okay, so they're real people.
Yeah.
They have fears, they get stuck, and they have doubt, just like the rest of us.
Absolutely. No matter how many times they succeed, the next time they create something, it brings those same old feelings. And the good news is, they're going to be all right.
It's, they've had such success in some area of their life, and yet they still doubt that they're going to have it again.
They're people.
Which don't we all feel the same way?
Right.
How about this one? They push through fear.
Yeah.
So they say the things that help geniuses be more creative are the same things that keep us stuck where we're at.
Do you know how the smartest people in the room, those genius types, push through that fear with a sense of wonder, a sense of imagination, and exploration of that imagination, and making room for those things that say anything is possible.
Right. I think most of us are, rather than the sense of wonder, it might work. It might, happen.
Reference doubt from the one before.
The others of us are going, I don't know if it'll work. I don't think I should even try it because it might fail.
It's the guy or gal who says, yeah, but what if you don't?
But what if, right? Because if I don't, somebody else will.
Right.
How about that?
All right.
Their brilliance, another trait that a surprising trait of a genius is their brilliance isn't always recognized.
I know, right? Their brilliance isn't always recognized.
It'd be helpful if you had a sign or,
Genius.
I am a genius. I'm a card-carrying member.
Yeah.
Their unfolding is gradual. So it's not like they have this one moment of ta-da, flash in the pan.
No.
It's this continual. It's never done, and
That's
right. It's always building.
Steve Jobs was declared a genius on his deathbed.
Well, I think
it unfolded.
Right? Elon Musk, I think is kind of right up there.
Yeah, but wait till you see what happens later.
All right. How about this one? A surprising trait of a genius is they have a need for play and wonder.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I just kind of think of geniuses as just like all work, always, I don't know. Maybe I just think of like scientific and technology. Like it's just all mathematical and numbers and got to have
that's how you think of geniuses.
Slide rule and,
is it geniuses or genii?
Genii, right? And they're, that they're always creating, I don't know, just always more in their head.
No. They love play and wonder.
They do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Creative geniuses, it says they remain people.
Yep.
He says, there isn't a single creative leader I've ever met who did not get knocked down now and then. They had something other than their work to tend to or dream that more was possible.
They are humble, helpful, and 100% human. Are you ready?
Am I ready? I think of them as a little more robotic or something. I don't know.
I'll ask again.
Okay, am I ready?
Are you ready?
Am I ready for?
Let's do this again. And I'd like to emphasize, put the emphasis on on a different syllable.
On a just different syllable. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
These are real people. They're authentic. They may not recognize, but they are real people. They connect with people on a real, authentic level. Geniuses have fears, get stuck, and doubt, mostly about themselves. Geniuses push through fear. Wish you guys were watching this on the video. Geniuses push through fear, and they rely on wonder, imagination, and making room for both. Geniuses, their brilliance isn't always recognized, and it's usually by themselves. Everyone else sees it. Geniuses unfold gradually and get better with age. Geniuses have a need for play and wonder. They take joy in the joyful things in life. And geniuses remain people. Angel Tussey.
Not allowed to do that. That was supposed to be a funny little twist on Eric's genius. So
you
Eric is
are a genius. And anyone who knows you knows that's true.
Thank you. That was very sweet.
It's true. I saw the article. I pulled it up. I said, Angel, you got to read this because I'm going to go, I know, right?
I know, right? It was going to be funny.
And it was funny.
Humorous about Eric.
But here's the reality. Every so often we can turn that thing around and we can say, you know something? I know one when I see one. And I saw one 16 years ago. And you're getting better with time. You're authentic with people. You love to play. You love the wonder of life. You are constantly amazed by the wonder of life, which is endearing to anyone who ever knew you. I'm telling you. You are a genius. And now let's translate that over to our listeners. You too are probably a genius. It's absolutely nothing to do with your IQ score. And you know, the people who are qualified to carry that Mensa card, the special I'm smarter than you card.
I didn't even know there was something like that. But you can be a card carrying member.
You can actually be a card carrying member. And those who do are usually very arrogant about it. They don't fit this qualification. Something happens when you're a superhuman and it comes with an odor. That's not present in what we just talked about. And here's what I think everybody needs to hear is that the geniuses in our midst are simply aware that each of us is creative, attuned to the fact that brilliance takes time, cognizant of the fact that genius is simply another term for shaping who we are as leaders, creators, and people, hopefully to grand effect now and then. That's pretty good stuff. Larry Robertson wrote the article that gave us the talking points for this, and I'm not sorry.
Not sorry.
You might have had a little something in your eye there, but the fact of the matter is, Angel, this is a story of you, and it's a story of me, and it's a story of our listeners, and the people who get it, the people who listen to this broadcast, all have one thing in common: they are creative geniuses. You have to be in order to be successful in business. We'll be back right after these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric. This is the home of the Experience Pros radio show and positive business talk. If you'd like more information about us, check us out, experiencepros.com. It's experiencepros.com. While it's there, hit the free trial button. We'll give you 30 days of our service completely free. No credit card required. Back after these messages.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
As a small business owner, your focus should be on your customers and providing a great customer experience. You shouldn't be investing time and energy on bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes, but somebody has to do it. Trust Teresa and her team at Luna's Accounting and Tax. Teresa and her team will take care of all your bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes. They'll keep you informed and streamline the process. Luna's Accounting and Tax keeps your business compliant and up to date, and they'll give you the great customer experience your customers have come to expect. Free your time and gain the peace of mind to keep your focus on your customers. They will help you too. Call Teresa at Luna's Accounting and Tax today. 720-323-4917. 720-323-4917. 720-323-4917. Or visit lunastax.com. That's lunastax.com. That's lunastax.com. Se habla español.
Take a moment right now and rate your lifestyle on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is a life of quiet desperation that doesn't resemble what you were promised after getting that college degree and corporate job. Now a 10 is a life that exceeds your wildest expectations of the life they promised you for doing all the right things and working hard. If you answered anything less than 10, stop what you're doing and go to mypassiveincomeworkshop.com. Passive income is not a secret, but chances are no one has ever shared it with you until now. Learn how to generate passive streams of income at our free workshop, mypassiveincomeworkshop.com, so you can live at a 10 for the rest of your life.
This is Dan Kaplis. Our firm is dedicated to always being on the leading edge of the practice of personal injury law. That includes game-changing, next-generation technology, nationally respected experts, and innovative visual tools that help us bring our client's case to life for the purposes of settlement or, if necessary, trial. We only accept a limited number of cases, so we're able to devote to each client our full arsenal of technology, skilled attorneys, and staff. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks, taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you'd like to talk with me about your case, just give me a call or email me through our website. There's no charge for an initial consultation. 303-770-5551, 303-770-5551, or dankaplislaw.com. That's dankaplislaw.com.
Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
Well, all of the tools you've put together for us have just given us so much confidence.
I have learned so much. It is absolutely incredible.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work. I love the chart. I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best.
And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job. Listen to Phil, join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're sick of living paycheck to paycheck, listen up. This is Preston Neely, and I'm about to blow your mind. You want to know the big difference between you and the rich? It's not your job. It's not your skills. It's not your education. Here's the truth. Rich people make money in real estate, and it's not rocket science. Let me prove it by sending you a free copy of my Smack How to Get Rich in Real Estate. Just call 1-800-700-2962. I used to be so broke. I had my electricity shut off 9 times, but I figured out a simple way to make money in real estate that doesn't require any cash, credit, or even manual labor. Now I'm living the dream, and I can show you how. Listen, here's the other thing about rich people. They don't pass up the deal of a lifetime, and neither should you. My book sells online for $19.95, but I'm giving away free copies now. Call right now to find out how to get your free copy while this offer lasts. Call 1-800-700-2962. That's 1-800-700-2962. 1-800-700-2962.
Hail and severe storm season is just around the corner, and that's why you need to call Golden Spike Roofing at 303-942-1386 for a thorough and free inspection for roofing done right to the last nail. Call Golden Spike Roofing.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
home for
Bros Radio Show. Thank you for tuning in. If you just are joining us, we just got done with a segment about how do you identify a genius and what do we do with them? Well, it turns out they're just normal folks. But maybe we can turn our attention to this. What if and the guy who's the opposite of what you would consider a genius? What happens if that guy decides to turn into an influencer?
Right. Found a story about a social media superstar named Jake Paul, who actually dropped out of high school.
Right.
And so we go from, and maybe most they just couldn't be contained into that kind of, educational box,
yeah.
Right? And so he is a high school tube of followers.
8 million.
8 million, right?
Good
Most of us
Lord.
have 8. And, we're thrilled when we get 8 people that like a post.
If
And
every one of them just donated $0.25 per year for his services and advice, that boy'd be all right.
well, he's in LA and he's hoping to make it as an actor. But in the meantime, he is doing all right in this social media world. But he says, he kind of has a plan. He has some advice for those of us looking to improve how we use social media.
Okay.
And because he has 8 million followers, we're going to deem him as the expert. What do you say?
I agree with that.
All right. So here's some of the things that Jake says. He says, study what's out there so that you can be different.
This is often referred in business circles as the blue ocean strategy, that you find out what everybody else is doing, and then you decide, there's something they're not doing. I'll do that.
When Eric and I started Experience Pros, so much of what we were doing was nobody else was doing it.
That's
Nobody
right.
else was talking about the customer experience.
That's correct.
Nobody else was, there were so many pieces to it. And we took what mainstream was doing and figured, there has to be a better way for small business. And we've created this movement that is championing for to be different, not the same, not to copycat, not to mimic,
To do something different.
but to do something different.
And
You
it
be you.
You be you, but it requires you to study your industry, to know. And if you go back to it, and there's a parallel in how you and I started Experience Pros, right? Where we literally studied everything that there was out there and then wrote some of the new stuff on the customer experience.
It's kind of exciting when you see it come full circle and come back.
Absolutely. Before that, we had the opportunity to, when I was a magician traveling around the country, I got the opportunity to look at what was happening in public school assemblies and create something different. The whole world was doing Nancy Reagan's Just Say No. And I created the Respect and Responsibility Show, which went on to become the first nationally standardized bullying prevention assembly. Now everybody's doing bullying and prevention. But that was, you got to look at what's out there and then do something different.
And do something different. The other thing he says is never stop faster than hairstyles. So he says he's always trying new content to see what's sticky. And just because it was sticky last month doesn't mean it's going to be sticky next month.
Right.
But also, then it also doesn't matter if something flops, because every day experimenting. Don't be afraid to look silly, he says.
It's a good thing.
Right? You be you. You be real. I've got a girlfriend who this morning, so about a couple months ago, she started her Arbonne business, which was really pretty exciting because her mom had a thriving Arbonne business.
Yeah,
and
sure.
so she had passed this legacy now to
Right.
her daughter. And that was not really what they thought the plan was, but her daughter has taken and run with it. She posted a picture of herself today talking about how in the last month her income has doubled. And she's super healthy. She's doing that 30-day cleanse. And she posted a picture of herself without makeup. Now, this is a gal that I know you had to give her an extra 90 minutes.
Yeah, you would never leave the house.
She wouldn't.
She would never leave the house without makeup.
And so she posted a picture of herself without makeup on. This is vulnerability. When we talk about don't look silly, We talk about being authentic. We talk about being vulnerable, the real you. Do you remember?
And embracing,
right?
And loving
who
you are and what you bring to the table.
Because when you can love who you are, we've seen the viral posts of the woman who posted a picture of her post baby belly, right, in a bikini,
right?
And of course, the haters come out and body either.
Ain't nobody got time for that,
right? But here she's embracing, like, I'm a mom. This is what happens after.
Yeah,
it was, instead of having the most perfect lighting and the most perfect makeup and the most perfect this, and taking 30 poses to get the most perfect picture, take the first one.
Take the first
one. Everybody wants to check the picture and go, well, how do I look? You look like you.
Beautiful.
I promise you.
Yeah.
It's the same you that you look like. And we love you for that.
It's good enough.
Right? That's what people see with you anyway. So don't be afraid to you be you.
The next one is hard work beats talent. I've said for years, it doesn't matter what you know, it's who knows you. But there's somewhere in between there. There's the rolling up the sleeves and getting her done. And it's absolutely true. You don't have to be the best at something. You just got to be willing to outperform those who want it just a little less than you.
And finally, he says consistency every day. He still creates content every single day.
Yep.
And he knows that becoming part of his followers' daily routine is what keeps his brand alive and thriving. And so take it from the star who has 8 million followers on social media.
And he doesn't have a diploma.
Right?
He worked on the Disney Channel, but he never got his diploma. We don't have any excuses for failure, folks. We can actually make success happen. Angel, you and I offer on Mondays a 30-minute mindset makeover, if you will. We call it the Breakthrough Power Boost. Gary Barnes, our good friend and business coach, is going to offer some cool insight for us next Monday. I just want to invite our listeners to tune in and check that out. In order to do that, just join the free trial. Again, we're not going to get you a credit card. We're not going to get invasive, but go to experiencepros.com, click on the free trial button, and then participate on that. It's 9 a.m. on the Mountain Standard Time. I know that this broadcast goes all across the coast to coast, so check that out. You can really make a difference, but you've got to believe in yourself and then be consistent with it. We'll be back after the top of the hour news. You're listening to Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of positive business talk. And we are thrilled that you are connected with us. Remember to do business with the people who do business with the pros.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver.
Denver's only business radio station, Money Talk 1690 AM.
Lars Larson believes Obamacare was a death sentence.
Because of the mandates, they were sold a plan that cost them so much in premiums. Some of those people likely looked at that and said, well, I'm going to go to the doctor as little as I possibly can. People don't go to the doctor. The condition they had was serious. They don't get early treatment. And then either it costs a whole lot more money to fix it, or it doesn't get fixed at all because you die.
The Lars Larson Show, weeknights at 8 on Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, this is Dave Anthony. Tune in to the Retirement Income Planning Show Saturday at 8 a.m. to learn about how you can create an efficient and optimized retirement income plan that looks at your investments, taxes, healthcare, Social Security, Medicare, home equity, and estate planning needs. Learn about the math and science that goes into creating a truly comprehensive retirement income plan that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in retirement. Call 800-868-9585. Again, that's 800-868-9585 or online at theretirementIncomeshow.com.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer here, helping you get your business right. And the way that we do that is we remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. And a beautiful day to you.
It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Hope you are enjoying it and getting your business on. Thanks so much for joining us for Positive Business Talk.
Absolutely.
Eric, I saw this cute little meme that talked about the LinkedIn effect.
The LinkedIn effect?
The LinkedIn effect. You know how we often talk about how we're trying to be more authentic online. We put our real self out there. Kind of the everyday realness. Now, the fake personality where we're taller, skinnier, richer.
I'm so much better looking online.
Right, we all are. But here's a fun little meme about the LinkedIn effect. Number one, in real life, you have Jane. She's a supervisor, but her LinkedIn alter ego, regional chief, is a guru and team guiding.
We could just stop right there.
Okay.
That'd be really nice.
Would that be nice?
That'd be great.
How about Carl? LinkedIn alter ego. Sales manager, area director, pro client idea creator, passionate solution delivering leader.
Wow. Area director of his cubicle?
Probably.
Okay.
All right. How about this one?
The LinkedIn effect. I love it.
Hannah, a freelancer. She's a freelancer in real life. Online LinkedIn alter ego, CEO of my own design studio, entrepreneur creating the awesome.
You go, girl. Absolutely, Hannah. I'm with you 100% on that.
Right, but we do have to sell ourselves. I mean, there's an element of marketing that goes into it, and we do have to sell ourselves.
I have a PhD in BS.
But most of us, it is funny to watch the overselling. I, of course, have an alter ego online as well because I believe I'm the customer service expert.
Oh, no, that's not. That's not an alter ego. I would put you up against. I'd actually drop a Benjamin on that one.
Drop Benjamin?
Absolutely.
I was curious. We had talked about a couple weeks ago about when you see a kid's lemonade stand, always buying from the lemonade stand, but not just give them $1 for their lemonade, but giving them $100 for their lemonade.
Right.
I was still a kid. Part of me thinks, I don't know. What would my kids do with $100? They wasted on chewing gum and video games, and so here's 20. Which is still pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
To them.
It's huge money for them, and you get to exercise your kindness quote. Kindness act of the day, thank you for asking, is to be that partner to somebody to actually go out and connect with somebody and lift them up. You never know what they may be dealing with, and sometimes they're going through a struggle or whatever. So just reach out to them and either be positive or just say, you know what, I just want to hang out with you. I was thinking about you. You can just be present or cheerlead for them, cry with them, do whatever it is that they need. So you today.
I love that.
Be that
I love
partner.
that, right? We can all use an extra friend. Even though we have thousands,
right?
All those contacts, a lot of times we feel really isolated and alone. So be a friend today.
Absolutely.
All right, here's some
I like those.
Right? 7 habits of the highly effective that you can incorporate into your workplace today.
All right.
Number 1, be purposeful.
You can't possibly manage well unless you have a crystalline character or crystalline clarity of what you're managing toward. In other words, thinking about it beforehand, writing it down in order to help you determine the steps you need to take, and then putting those priorities in the steps as you take them.
Well, and you put it down in writing, you put it down into steps. You now have created a system.
It's a system
that everybody can follow.
That's exactly
and everybody
right.
can be purposeful, and they know and they know why we're doing what we're doing, and they know what the next step is.
Yes.
Next habit of a highly effective managers is to encourage your teammates rather than driving them.
Absolutely.
Patrick Thien, co-founder and CEO of Rhythm Systems, says they'd rather be out front cheering with a banner than in the back, like with a whip. And you kind of get that picture of that whipping manager, right?
Absolutely.
Just do this and do that, and they're bossy, right? And rather than being upfront and encouraging and saying, let's do this together.
Talking about the habits of highly effective managers, get some wins under you. And that means take baby steps. Get those little small wins in order to encourage people to say, see, we can do it. We can do it together as a team. So we reach those milestones. And it encourages you as well as your team.
And celebrate your successes, those wins.
Right.
Remind them of what we're doing and what we've accomplished. We just actually did a post out into our Facebook group or into our Experience Pros Network group, talking in the office of some of the things that have happened recently, and thought, you know what, our members don't even know that. We sometimes even forget to celebrate our own wins.
Right.
And so, but when you do that, then everybody, it motivates the entire team and reminds us it's not just all work. Like, we need to be reminded that we have an audience, that we're making a difference, and what we're doing matters. Because if it's all work and we just go from one task to the next, we start to get burned out.
So true.
Another habit of highly effective managers is measure well.
You cannot track what you do not measure. So knowing what success looks like and being able to share and then explain it to your teams makes the entire team much more effective.
Then the next step is to focus on the process just as much as the end result.
That's exactly right.
A lot of times it's just all about the victory, right? And we're in victory. But the journey is where the opportunities to grow and the capabilities of our team members really shine. And so effective managers, you need to be observant and focused on how your team is developing, not just on the end result.
Here's one of the most important and relevant things of the day. In order to be an effective manager, you and your team must be resilient. There's just simply, even when we're talking about Darren Hardy and his Darren Daily today, if you're falling and you're failing and you're struggling and you're the tennis ball on the way down, remember to bounce, right? And so you got to be resilient. You've got to get through what you're going through in order to break through to what you're about to receive.
Unpleasant tasks, challenges, breakdowns, they're all part of the job.
You bet.
Right? I read something that said the bigger the breakdown, the better the breakthrough, or something like that.
That's
right?
exactly right.
But you've got to know the unpleasant is part of it.
Yeah.
But we get to be the ball. We get to bounce back.
Gold must be molten in order for the sledge to come to the top.
Wouldn't it be nice if it wasn't, right? If there was no drama, there were no challenges.
It'd be nice if I had $1 million too.
People didn't reject you, right? It just, everybody said yes. Everybody handed you the amount you wanted.
Right.
It would be nice. But would it really? Where's the challenge in that? Where's the character building?
There's a sense of accomplishment that comes when you figure it out in this side. Finally, as we talk about the 7 habits of highly effective managers, this last one is this, and it's the golden rule. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Just don't expect anybody to respond to you in a positive manner unless you are willing to respond to them in a similar manner.
Right. And, we've heard it. We can memorize it. We can repeat it. However, really knowing and putting yourself in somebody else's shoes of, so often somebody's angry or somebody's upset or somebody has a challenge and they lash out. And so what do? We lash back. Instead of putting ourselves in their shoes of going, okay, why is this? What are they going through? And how can I actually be supportive to what they need? We could all use a friend. And I know there needs to be some separation in management, with your team members, that personal, a little separation, but you can still treat people like humans.
Absolutely. Authenticity and humanity and compassion are all elements. You don't have to be BFFs. You don't have to go out for dinner or whatever, and that kind of thing. But simply just have a heart.
Right. Have some compassion. And of course, if you've had previous managers have left employees, you got a little extra work cut out for you because, the trust has been destroyed. But this is the nice thing about humanity is you can always get it back.
Hopefully. More positive business talk. That's what you've come to expect from the Experience Pros radio show. We appreciate you for tuning in. Check out experiencepros.com, and we'll be back right after these messages.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, America's home for positive business talk.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk.
Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate. Money Talk, 1690 AM. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive. A place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate, weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. and MoneyTalk1690.com.
So what would you do in your budget? $500. This isn't hypothetical, by the way. This is something you may need to think about very soon. Medi-Share is a way to pay for your healthcare, and typically it costs $500 less per month for a family versus other healthcare plans. So seriously, think about this. You could pay off loans, pay down a mortgage, save the money for retirement, donate to charity. That would be a big deal. But you know what? Here's the best thing. Medi-Share works. It has With Medi-Share, not only do you save, you don't have to pay for things you don't believe in either. And that is a beautiful thing too. So here's how you can find out more. And you might actually wind up saving even more than $500 a month. So check into it. Here's the number. Call 844-91-BIBLE. That's 844-91-BIBLE. Now available in Montana. Call 844-91-BIBLE.
The boys of summer are here with in-depth coverage on the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Cardinals here in the Rockies. Well, not Cardinals, but if you want the play-by-play and the bird's eye lowdown on these and more wild birds, tune in to Bird Talk on 1690.
You don't need to make folks think we're a sports show just to get their attention. In Colorado, 60% of the population feeds and watches outdoor wildlife. Bird Talk is presented by Wild Birds Unlimited, the original backyard bird feeding specialists.
To learn more about the 500 species of Colorado birds, tune in to Bird Talk every Saturday. We'll bring you interesting interviews, the latest news, and lots of fun and entertainment. Call in with your questions and we'll help you create the best backyard wildlife habitat to attract the greatest variety of species.
We hope you'll join us for the best nature show in the known universe, Saturdays at noon for Bird Talk on KDMT, presented by Wild Birds Unlimited. Until then, happy birding.
Need a new CPAP? Then we need you.
We're CPAP.com, and we recently overstocked the world's best CPAP machines. Top-of-the-line devices from brands like ResMed and Philips Respironics. Call now and get one of these overstocked CPAPs for a fraction of the price. We'll even give you free next-day air shipping. Call 1-800-900-6135. The best part? No insurance needed. We're giving out these CPAPs at prices so low, they'll cost less than your copay and deductible through insurance. CPAP.com has shipped over 1 million orders and has the world's largest selection of CPAPs and accessories. With no retail overhead or costly middlemen, we're the best way to get comfortable, effective sleep apnea equipment at incredibly low prices. Again, CPAP.com has overstocked premium CPAPs. Call now to get a ResMed or Philips Respironics machine for a fraction of the price with free next-day air shipping. Call 1-800-900-6135. If lines are busy, please try again. That's 1-800-900-6135.
Keep our schedule full? Seasonal incentives? Oh, yeah. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. Now is the time to call and save a full 12% off all services for select install dates. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
It's me, your heart. High blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Just treat me better. After all, we're in this together.
To get your high blood pressure to a healthy range, visit Heart. That's all.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us. We will interact with you live on the show. That's easy. Just connect with us by way of our Facebook Live post or reach out to us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Experience Pros.
Have you thought about hiring, and have you thought about hiring a vet? Our next guest talks about the value of hiring our veterans. They bring a unique and valuable set of skills to civilian positions. Lita Citroen, she is here to talk about why it matters that your next hire be a veteran. Lita, welcome to Experience Pros.
Thank you so much, Angel and Eric. It's great to be here.
Lita, it's a privilege to have you on the program. And let's start with this. I think that, we here at Experience Pros, we've been awarded a veteran supportive kind of company for a number of years in a row. But we are very much aware of the fact that there are so many vets that come back from their tour of duty and don't have jobs. I mean, it's like twice the normal rate. Why is that? Why are people reluctant to hire veterans?
Well, I think the fact that they don't have jobs is partly because people are reluctant to hire, but it's also partly because they're not approaching the job search process with any level of familiarity. I mean, if you think about it, they've had many jobs in the military for one employer. So they're not used to interviewing. They haven't had to put resumes together. They haven't had to present themselves and sell themselves to an employer. So there's a lot going on that affects that unemployment number. And I think, employers are reluctant, perhaps because sometimes they're intimidated, right? We know these men and women have served our country and protected our freedom, but they talk differently. And sometimes they present themselves differently, and their skills don't match what the job requirements that I have look like. So that can be really intimidating to an employer who would love to hire somebody with a military background.
Because they do bring an incredible skill set, but it doesn't always, translate to the civilian world as far as, management or the different words we're looking for on a resume. It would be, and I know that there are services that kind of help veterans transition into the civilian workforce. Is rewriting their resume one of those things, and would that be enough? Or what more do we need to be doing?
Well, we all know that, the private sector definitely looks at resumes, right? It's a filtering tool. We upload it into online application systems. but it's so much more than a resume. So when I work with transitioning veterans, whether I'm teaching on installations or coaching them online, it's really about understanding who they are before we try to put on paper what they've done. And a resume really is what you've done. And for someone who's coming out of the military that worked as a sniper, there aren't a lot of jobs for that, luckily, in the civilian marketplace. So, what are some of the skills behind the job that they did?
Yeah, precision, patience, those kinds of things. Yeah. I think this makes an awful lot of sense. All right. So let me ask you this. When veterans come out and they're looking into the civilian workforce, you talk a lot about helping them build their personal brands. What does that mean to you, and how does that look as it rolls itself out?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to do a TED Talk where I got to talk about what personal branding is, but more significantly, what it means in the military space. And, I think as civilians, we know that we have to sell ourselves, right? We have to be clear on what we have to offer and why somebody should want to hire us or work with us. But to somebody coming out of the military, that is a really foreign conversation, because the military teaches the collective, right? It teaches service before self. It's not about you as an individual. It's about the team and the group and the unit. So to teach personal branding to a community that is taught not to talk about themselves is really interesting. But what you find, taking them through that process of, who are you? What are you passionate about? What identity do you want to promote in the world? Who are the people you want to be connected to? Then what you find is you return them to being human beings and not just a rank and not just, a military title. And that's a really powerful process, because they are human beings. And sometimes we forget that. These are men and women who were civilians before they joined the military and committed a lot of their life to a very, very different environment. Now we have to reintegrate them by sort of reminding them of some of those unique qualities that they bring as a person into the job market, not just their, expertise or skills.
All right. So, Lita, your book is called Engaging with Veteran Talent. Is that correct?
That's my latest book, and that's the employer side of this conversation, addressing the needs of the employers. Yes.
Absolutely. How would you like our listeners to get a copy and to follow you and stay connected with you?
Well, all roads lead to my website, which is lida360.com, and that's LIDA360.com. If you have veterans that are listening, I have a lot of resources on my website for veterans that are making this transition, including the second book that I wrote, which speaks directly to them. For employers that are curious about hiring, contact me. Let's have a conversation. It's not as hard as you might believe. And there are a lot of very simple best practices that can make hiring and retaining veterans successful for the business.
I love it. Lita, thank you so very much for joining us. We're grateful for your contribution and for your support of America's heroes. And we mean that from the very bottom of our heart. Appreciate what you're doing. Lida360, LIDA360.com. Thank you again.
Thank you both. It's been my pleasure.
You bet. It's such an important thing. And I think there's so many people that don't realize the blessing that they can have in their workspace by employing a veteran and by making their space amenable to those people who serve our country.
Station like this, and it just lights a little fire under you to say, you know what, they served our country.
Right.
I want to help them out. But until they bring the training, the talent, there's a lot of great synergies that can happen. It doesn't always translate like, quote for, description to description.
Sure.
But if you can think beyond that and think beyond the box, right? And think about what you're getting. And this is where, Eric, I think sometimes all the online hiring tools where, you just fill in and it doesn't allow for some of the skill sets, I think, to translate over, and you miss an opportunity.
And so if you're a vet and you've been listening to this program, do reach out to Lida, Lida360.com and connect, because there is hope, there is help, and just a little bit of language adjustment and your personal brand will shine, as does your military record. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back after the bottom of the hour news, we will have more positive business talk for you. Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. This is The Experience Pros.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and Money Talk 1690.com. You want to relax. You want to feel fabulous. Reduce stress. Pamper yourself. Detoxify your body. You want to visit Me Spa in Belmar Shopping Center. Find out what the ultimate pampering experience feels like, and what better way to do it than for half price. For a limited time, we're featuring a $150 gift certificate. You'll find it is on DenverHalfPrice.com. Me Spa is an award-winning day spa that will offer you a soothing place to put your life on pause. Become the very best version of you by spending time pampering yourself and unwind from that stressful work week at Me Spa. Find out what the ultimate pampering experience feels like, and what better way to do it than for half price. That's a $150 certificate for just $75, and you can find it only on DenverHalfPrice.com. That's DenverHalfPrice.com. That's DenverHalfPrice.com.
Hi, this is Oren, owner of Absolutely Cabinets. Since 1989, I've sold Aristocrat cabinets for kitchens and baths, and they have proven year in and year out to be a great dollar value. With Aristocrat, you can buy the level of cabinetry you feel comfortable with in regard to construction. If you want all the features without making a decision, I sell Decora, which is a semi-custom line of cabinets with solid wood fronts, dovetail drawers, full extension glides, with soft close automatically on drawers and doors. From basic up, I can put you into cabinetry that will fit all your wants and needs. Thanks to all my repeat and referral customers over the years.
Go visit Oren's showroom at 5940 West 38th Avenue near the corner of Harlan and 38th Avenue. Or give them a call at 303-425-5592. That's 303-425-5592. Or visit AbsolutelyCabinets.com. New store hours are 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to noon on Fridays.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. Our office is up there and it's sweltering. We've used one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. The AC ran constantly, yet the only cool place in the house is the basement. My husband started insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at AirSwap. AirSwap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted our ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement. And this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter as well. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Call them at 303-761-0729, on the web at air-swap.com, 303-761-0729, or air-swap.com.
For a more comfortable and energy-efficient home, call Pastor Camp today to install a new Lennox heating and air conditioning system and receive up to $1,500 in rebates and take advantage of their financing options. Pastor Camp is well known for their customer satisfaction guarantee and has served Denver area homeowners for 58 years. Discover Pastor Camp and experience comfort. 303-777-1234 or visit pastorcamp.com.
Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Back to the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of positive business talk.
All right. So we talked a little bit about hiring vets in the last segment.
You bet.
But as we're growing, as we are expanding our businesses, so often we can get really overwhelmed with the tasks at hand because as we grow, our tasks grow. As our business changes, so does what we do change. And one of the quickest ways to stunt the growth of your business is to do everything yourself.
Oh, no man is an island, nor should he be.
Right. But how often do we spend the majority of our day doing $10 an hour activities? So if the majority of your day is spent doing $10 activities, not only are you placing a very low cap on your income, but you're probably not doing the work that you truly enjoy, the work that's growing your business, that's creating the legacy of why you got into business.
Unless you're in a lemonade stand and you are a very wealthy lemonade maker.
Well, that would be true. That would be true. But a lot of the administrative tasks, running errands, bookkeeping, all of this stuff that, creating your graphics, doing your own social media posts, not the interactive posts, but the marketing posts that are going on out there. A lot of that, if you're doing everything, then you're probably getting ready to burn out. You're probably not really making the kind of money that you have the opportunity. Eliminate these $10 tasks off of your to-do list. You hire an assistant.
I was going to say, Angel tells me who to hire and I go give it to him.
Okay. So here's some ways that you can increase your productivity.
All right.
Focus all your energy on doing what brings in the most value. So if it's bringing in revenue, then 80% of your time, right? The 80-20 rule.
Make the main thing the main thing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so the rest of it can either be done through automation.
Yes.
Creating systems and automating, or having an employee or a contractor in. And those are two different things. So I'm going to just talk about hiring a contractor, a virtual assistant, somebody who's just there for a project. And they're not counting on you for 40 hours a week or a full-time livelihood. Especially when you first start out, it's kind of scary to hire that first employee, even that first contractor, because you're like, okay, how long can I keep them? They're going to rely on me. And if our business doesn't grow or if it's seasonal, can I keep them? So here's a couple of tips on how to know when you're ready to hire a virtual assistant.
I love it.
Number one is you have clearly defined tasks and lists and systems and things that are
written it down.
Right?
You have to document this kind of stuff, folks, because if you got it clearly defined in your head, it's not doing anybody any good. You've got to be able to write these things down in order to delegate them out.
Well, here's an example. Don't tell your assistant to increase blog traffic. Instead, tell them to leave comments on 10 blogs a day from this list. Schedule 10 tweets a day to promote this content. This is what we're doing. And it's a list. It's a checklist that they can go down that you probably haven't even thought about the system that you use, and you probably do it every day without even thinking about it.
Right.
So start writing it down. From A to Z, this is, I open up and I'm on Twitter. I comment on 10, these are the 10 blogs I comment on. Then I go over here and these are the 10 things. And you probably do it every day without thinking about it. But when you can put it in a list and then create a system, then you can delegate it. Next, you have to have realistic expectations.
Yes.
Here an article says you can't expect an article writer to pay you $500 a month in the Philippines and develop the same level of quality that you'd find for $500 per article in the U.S.
Yes.
So you're going to have some different challenges. You've got to set up realistic expectations that you can't outsource everything, but you can outsource most of the pieces that you're stressing on right now.
Absolutely.
Another way to know you're ready to hire an assistant is you understand the strategy of what needs to get done. So 3 years of SEO experience doesn't mean that they're ready to be hired to manage your entire search engine optimization process. Their experience may have been in submitting articles, adding comments to blog posts. Odds are that he has no idea how to develop an exhaustive SEO strategy.
Yeah, you have your own unique set of parameters, and unless he owned the SEO company and has seen thousands of accounts, it's likely that you will have to teach him your strategy, how you're hoping to build whatever it is you're trying to build.
So here's a couple of suggestions that I found on how to find and hire the right virtual assistant. One is, they give a whole long list of some different services: virtual.com, redbutler.com, youassist.me.
Oh.
Those provide ongoing virtual support, such as organizing your travel, managing your emails, your social media account, even writing some basic content. But if you're looking for more traditional admin assistant, they say that the rate for the average in the U.S. is $30 an hour, and you can actually work with multiple assistants, to do different things.
Sure.
They say that the Philippines has actually surpassed India as the @1 place to find a virtual assistant due to lower cultural and language barrier. So these are for virtual assistants. Onlinejobs.ph charges a monthly fee.
And then is there a fee on top of that for
probably
the
for
admin
what
service? Yeah. Okay.
Virtual Staff Finder charges a one-time $350 fee to manage the process for you, but then they help post high-quality job listings and they filter out all the applicants.
All right. There's a value to that as well.
Yeah, and Upwork, they charge a 10% fee, an upcharge of 10% fee. But they say it's got a great place in the outsourcing community. So lots of other, lots of places online hired virtual assistants. Who do they use? Filter through the crowd. One of the things is, now you're doing the whole interview process and the filtering process. I'm not going to go through that here because that's pretty lengthy.
It is. Yep.
But here's the final thing on the hiring the virtual assistant. They say if it doesn't work out, move on quickly.
Oh yeah. Don't dwell. I think there's some real value in that. If it doesn't work out, move on quickly. And by the way, we talked about some outsourcing that goes outsourced beyond the walls of the U.S., and that can be an economic decision for you or the resources of virtual assistants that are available right here in America,
the U.S.,
and
right?
wherever you're located.
You just have to be careful. I have never hired a virtual assistant outside of the U.S., but I will tell you, when I hired, and I've hired several, but I remember hiring my very first assistant. that you feel and the scariness that you feel of bringing on another person is immediately erased.
That's
because of all the things they can do for you.
They come in with a head full of steam and a great confidence because they know their stuff better than you know their stuff. It's not your stuff, except that it's your business.
Right. And they're not attached to it like the baby, the dog. Get her done. And there's so much. And there's things that they see that can be done differently or better or instead of that you don't see because you've always done it this way for so long.
Correct.
They bring some of their own systems. They bring their own experience. But immediately it takes so much off of your plate, even though you're doing some training, which is why you've got to have, if you've got the checklists, the systems, the processes written down, way easier to onboard them and quicker to onboard them, and then they can put their own flair to it. But yeah, it's nice.
I was we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, and yesterday we had a leads group at Experience Pros. It's a virtual leads group, so you can sign on from anywhere in the country. And someone who was remote from where we are was talking about, she's at this point of getting ready to grow and maybe hire somebody. And ultimately, the room agreed that this might be the perfect bridge for that. Hire that virtual assistant, have somebody come in and take care of the things, the heavy lifting of the things that you really, that's not your thing anyways. And when you can do that and let them take that role, you might be and can be for you to develop the business that you can do. We'll be back. Going to take a quick break, but when we come back, the last segment of today's Experience Pros radio show. Back after these messages.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You never planned on getting injured in an accident. You don't know where to turn. Call Boson Law. When you meet with John Boson, you'll know right away you've made the right decision. John will put you at ease and explain the whole process start to settlement. They'll handle medical bills, work directly with the insurance company, and help you get back on your feet. John and his whole staff are amazing. If your whole world has been turned upside down, Boson Law will help turn it right side up. It starts with a free consultation, no money out of the pocket, and Boson Law only gets paid when they win your case. If you're hurt, the call is easy, and their number is too. Call Boson Law at 303-999-9999, 303-999-9999, 303-999-9999, or visit BosonLaw.com. That's BOESEN Law.com. Call Boson Law, 303-999-9999, or visit BosonLaw.com. That's BOESEN Law.com.
Do you have kiddos? Eric Raymer here, inviting you to the grand opening of Kid to Kid in North Glen, Thursday, July 27th. They'll have huge prizes, balloon art, and a shopping spree giveaway. Kid to Kid is a family-friendly resale shop selling new and gently used clothes and toys. Doors open at 4 p.m. with items up to 80% off during the grand opening. Kid to Kid is located in North Glen off I-25 and 104th next to Dollar Tree on Melody Drive.
It's time to start your summer cleaning with some fresh, clean carpets. Call out Zero Res Carpet Cleaning Company to clean your carpets with their patented empowered water technology cleaning process. Your carpets are going to look brand new again, especially if you have kids and pets. You probably have spots and stains everywhere. Empowered water technology is eco-friendly. It's safe for your kids and pets. Zero Res doesn't clean with harsh soaps, detergents, or toxic chemicals. If your carpet is cleaned with those things, you're only attracting dirt to your carpets. Call now and get the July special. 3 carpeted areas, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized with that empowered water for just $124. That's the July special. 3 carpeted areas, pre-treated, cleaned, and sanitized with empowered water for just $124. Tile and grout, too. Call Zero Res today. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150. Or go online and book your job at ZeroResDenver.com. Mention you heard the $124 deal on KDMT. Zero Res, the right way to clean.
Does your kitchen or bathroom need some updating? Have you been putting off that remodel? Well, now is a great time to get started. I'm Ted Spear, co-owner of All About Cabinets and Countertops at 35th and Wadsworth. And I'm inviting you to join our growing list of customers who have saved thousands of dollars on their kitchen and bathroom projects, even over those big box stores. Come experience our unique mix of top-of-the-line customer service, quality products, and tremendous value. Right now, through the end of August, we're offering specials and upgrades which will save you thousands of dollars off your cabinet and countertop purchases. Plus, as an additional bonus, we are upgrading all our cabinet drawers to the latest in anti-slam technology for free. These are just a couple of the ways you can complete your project for less than you ever thought possible. Let us go to work for you. You can visit our showroom or call us today. 303-456-6400. That's 303-456. Without the expense, with All About Cabinets and Countertops.
Hi, it's Peter Boyles. 2009, I see an and I meet Dr. Julie McCallum. The rest is history. At the time, meet Dr. McCallum. She does so many changes for us. We did blood work, complete Cenogenics, and we came up with all this customized planning for me that included, still does include, workouts and eating plans and hormone nutritional supplements. And there's no magic pills. There's no magic milkshakes. You put in the work, you have the great doc, and you change your life. It does work. Again, ski all the time, ride your bike, ride your motorcycle, stay in the game. Be an old guy, but you can still be a tough old guy. Be thin, be mean, be back in the game. 3681 723-873-681. Speak to Jackie, that's her executive, and they'll arrange for a free 20-minute phone call. 20-minute gift, free phone call. Call it, get it off the ground, 720-387-3681.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate, weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate, weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. We started, Angel, our conversation with really, we were talking about setbacks and how do you deal with setbacks and what do you do if you have setbacks and how do you get through it? Well, there is some science behind how to deal with setbacks in business and setbacks in general, but in business, there's science. Yeah. I know this comes as a surprise.
So it doesn't include a gallon of ice cream and binging on Netflix.
It may.
I think that's what most of us would rather do.
To paraphrase Mark Twain, good judgment comes from experience, but experience comes from bad judgment.
Oh,
right. That's pretty heavy, huh?
Yeah, right.
That's a guy
you're bringing it.
Well,
right?
Mark Twain had two names. His Samuel Clemens, that guy. Here's the deal: mistakes enable growth, and setbacks are a given. But what you're going to do is what we're going to do is talk about how we handle those setbacks. And if you let the problem paralyze you, you are missing out on a possible learning experience.
Yeah, probably. I need to learn something from this.
Listen, I'll buy you some ice cream.
Right, but don't you know it when it happens? You're like, "Yep, something I need to learn from this."
Yeah. Well, there's some good stuff here, and this comes from Dr. Jacinta Jimenez, a Stanford-trained psychologist and the head of coaching at Better Up, which is a company that offers executive coaching to people at every level of an organization. And here's what they say. Number one, be an optimist. If you weren't born one, fear not. Optimism can be taught.
I agree with that. I wasn't born an optimistic person.
I find that very difficult to believe. I thought you were popped out of the womb as an optimist. No?
Oh, no.
That's probably why you've held on to me so long, because you think any day now it's gonna click.
I do have that thought.
I know.
Regularly.
I know that
One
you
of
do.
these days, really.
One of these
hasn't-
days is going to click. I'm far more optimistic today than I was before I met you.
This is true. So take, sometimes we forget how far we've come.
Right.
But we've come far.
We have come far. Thank you to listener Nick, who is being encouraging about me. I'm grateful for that. Next time you're eye to eye with a setback, Dr. Jimenez suggests thinking about 3 P's. Permanence. In other words, how permanent is that setback? Pervasiveness. Will the setback actually affect your whole life or just part of it? And personalization. Is this setback really something that you caused? The 3 P's.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter if I caused it or not. It's setback. And that's like a big thing to me. I don't care if somebody else caused it. Somebody else filed, like somebody else like
Deal
whatever,
with
right?
it.
Right? Yeah, this is it.
That somebody else filed is a well, that's an old reference, but I recognize it today as if it were the day that it happened at Starbucks. Angel and I were talking about a failing marriage, mine, and I said, God, I just really wish she'd just go ahead and pull the trigger and file. And Angel looked at me and said, don't be stupid. Nobody's going to ask you in 5 years, oh, you're divorced? Who filed?
Who filed? Nobody cares, right?
All right. The second thing is, and by the way, optimistic people do a good job of recognizing bad events. It's just being temporary, compartmentalizing them so they don't step into other aspects of their lives, and externalizing them rather than completely blaming themselves for what happened. Second thing, use healthy coping mechanisms.
Healthy coping mechanism.
Not ice cream.
Ice cream and Netflix binging.
Healthy. Can't even.
No, that's
can't
not.
even do it with a
There's
straight
not.
face.
I mean, okay. So what are
you need
what
to,
are healthy options?
So glad you asked. Resist the common urge to throw the pity party on the couch and binge watching your Netflix while overeating in isolation.
I didn't write this article,
No,
but
you didn't.
see,
But they saw you coming.
This is what we do.
Says rather than that, do active coping, in which you use your resources to manage the negative emotions and improve the situation. It requires more effort, but it's going to help you feel better in the long run. What are those active coping mechanisms?
I would like to know.
Social activities, exercise, those things that release
Exercise is
endorphins.
Endorphin releasing is good.
Absolutely.
Mhm. But I don't know. It just seems so temporary. I think of course the Netflix binging and ice cream also seems temporary too.
No, it has a lasting effect.
That can have a lasting effect. Here's like the worst thing for me. The worst thing I can do, and I won't admit to doing it, but I will just say the worst thing, like
somebody else might do is go shopping. Yeah.
Go to the mall. I remember showing up at my favorite clothing store, and my son sent me a picture that they had found a slithery thing in my house.
A slithery thing.
Yeah.
Like a shoelace, but yeah.
But the real deal.
Yeah.
And send me a picture.
Oh.
As I'm walking into my favorite clothing store.
Mama spent more money.
Yeah. I need therapy.
Yeah. All right, I understand that. All right. So use those active coping mechanisms. By the way, those things that release those endorphins, you may say they're temporary, but dang, they're amazing when they're happening. And if you got to go back.
Just keep running. I was running, and I'm just going to keep running.
I was thinking of something else. Learn from your mistakes. And that's the third science back thing. Another healthy thing to do in the wake of a setback is to reflect. Think growth-oriented thinking, right? In which you focus on what you've learned, how this knowledge can help you advance. Failure can make you feel discouraged so that you lose perspective. If you shift to figuring out what you can learn from the experience, you will
always. And sometimes it takes a while.
Sure it does.
But it always comes.
A setback by its very nature stings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yet it's when we recognize, I was talking to Cher in our office today, and she said this. She says, you know what? At that point in time when you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, the proper question to ask is, what can I learn from this? And how can I navigate this? It is what it is. So now and by the way, I'll acknowledge it didn't matter who did it, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But now, what can I learn from it? So there you have it. Good stuff all the way around. Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in and participating in this, the home of positive business talk, the Experience Pros Radio Network. Angel Tussey and I will bid you adieu for yet another day, but tomorrow we'll come back and do it all over again. Will you join us? We hope so. Thanks again for tuning in.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.